Hey everybody. Well, I guess if you're watching this means that my save has no longer been corrupted and we were able to figure that one out. I'm going to show you here really quickly what the lineup looks like here for our upcoming game against Jiangsu FC. We've got a couple of weird things here, including Jin Young, who's playing here on the back left side as a fullback instead of playing in central midfield. And the only reason why that is because I don't want to take either of these superstars out. Li Qiang is a player who's 17 years old, comes from Changsha over in the western part of China, and is resolute, has a really good personality. And I kind of stuck him up onto the first team so that we could help develop him a little bit, especially since Cheng Binbin has been injured. And I figure, hey, we might as well give him a start. He's operating at a level below us, but we might be able to see some good come from him. We got him over from, is this Hunan? It's Hunan is who we got him from for 300,000 RMB, which is like nothing. So we're going to take a look and see how Li Qiang does today. Reason why I have Li Qiang up there today is because otherwise we could have Gustafsson start, we could have Zhong Sanbing start, but we have three matches in quick succession coming up here. So I kind of want to save him, want to save Jubin as well. Is looking through this and trying to figure out who else it was that theoretically could have started. I mean, we have a number of injuries and some other problems. Mwanta is out on international duty, and this guy, Miguel Sandberg, who you're going to see eventually, who's Taiwanese-Swedish, is out with the Taiwanese team. I hate to say it, it feels like kind of a waste of talent to have him out with that, but it's okay. We'll auto-number this here, and we'll get all of this put in. And we'll see how this match goes. We've beaten Jiangsu, as you'll recall. We beat them 3 times last season, twice in the league, and then once in the Chinese FA Cup. We are definitely rivals because we keep buying their players. And we've had a couple of players sold to them. Most notably is Aiden Sander, who, let's see if he's here on their team. And he is Adrian Sanders, his name, and he's there as part of their back three with 4 in front, which is a really defensive setup here. I don't really blame them, though. We scored 9 goals in our first league match, and we just won the Chinese Super Cup, as you saw yesterday. I had to replay that one, by the way. I had to replay it because of the problem with the save being corrupted all of a sudden. It works now, and we won by the same margin, 2-1, so no real problems there. Dicko Eng with the ball now, moves it forward up to Pedrinho, and he looks for Li Qiang. Li Qiang is not quite fast enough to get onto that one, and Li Qiang, right from the very beginning, has a chance, and so how about that? Here is Pedrinho now with the corner, and he's looking for, I'm not sure who it was, but Adrian Sanders able to get onto it and knock it backwards. Delphi over to Pedrinho, and then over to Li Qiang, who has a shot that is deflected and goes out for a corner. So Li Qiang already, as early as this, is getting into good position. It was Lazzo who we were looking for with that corner, and Adrian Sanders looks like he knows exactly what a corner routine looks like. Li Qiang had kind of an interesting shot at it, but from a really awkward angle. Don't think that would have been a goal, really, no matter what. I don't think he's quite that good. Lazo unable to get ahead fully onto that. It goes over to Jin Young, who knocks it back to Kashin, and that's another shot on goal that's tipped over for yet another corner. We're not even 5 minutes into this. What is this, like the 3rd corner, 4th corner, something like that? Here's Pedrino with the corner. Finds Lazzo, who heads it the wrong way. So Mateus Lazzo needs to learn where the goal is. Jin Young now with the throw-in over to Delphi, back to Kashin, over to Lavia, over to Kashin. Now we're looking like we're a little bit more in control. It goes over to Abrefa there on that right-hand side because Pak Myung-sung, of course, is out on international duty as usual. Abrefa will take this one into a crossing position and knocks it back to Jakob Dicko Eng, who finally gets a start over to Lavia, looking for Delphi, and that's a goal. That's a goal. He's going to be onside. They're claiming that he's fractionally offside. We'll see what VAR says, but it should be a goal. And let's see what they say in the end. Yeah, that's given as a goal. They don't even give us the goal confirmed message. There's Lavia with Romeo with that excellent pass. I can kind of see where the offside was there, but Delphi was behind his man. And so, I mean, it was just poor defense by Jiangsu. That's all there is to it. Look at how far behind he was. He was actually further behind than I thought. And Delphi's able to get his head onto that, and that's going to be a goal every day of the week. 1-0 Yanbian FC, and this feels familiar. Wade grabs that one in midfield, but isn't able to head that one far enough forward, and it's Lavia able to go back over to get that one over to Jin Young. Jin Young over to Pedrinho. Pedrinho finds Delphi. Delphi forward to Li Qiang, and Li Qiang is wide open all alone, and he flubs the shot, unfortunately. He needs to learn how to shoot. You got to shoot it into the back of the net when you're heading forward like this. I mean, he's not even that fast. He just managed to get in front of his man and then had a horrible shot on it. He's trying to lob the goalkeeper, but he didn't need to because he had the goalkeeper going the other way. He just had to kick that one pass into the back of the net. 22,000 here, which is going to be the new Chinese first division record for a single match. And here's Delphi. And not quite able to get onto that one. He was offside. I think that was a good call. We can see the replay of this one. So Wade was there, and you can see Delphi moving forward there into position, and he's just fractionally offside. You can see there he's ahead of his man. That was another attempt, by the way, to lob the keeper by another striker who should know to knock in the back of the net. If Li Chang gets it wrong, I can forgive that. Delphi, though, should know. And Delphi should also know that he shouldn't shoot it from there. I mean, I know that he had somebody closing in on him, but take a step back and wait for your teammates, and let's play the team game. Here's Jakob Dekoeng back to Lazzo. Lazzo over to Kashin. Kashin over to Lee Jin-yong. Lee Jin-yong fights Pedrinho, and that's over to Li Chang, and there's his goal, and I think he's offside. Let's see what they say. What do you think? Think that was onside? Think it was offside? Here's the goal review, and that is awarded. Okay, so he was onside. That's his first goal. First goal, I think, at any level. Definitely first goal at a senior level, and he's going to be happy with this one. I think he's offside. I think he's offside. I think it was a bad call. I think it's pretty clear that he's offside on that one. I mean, we'll see what the lines say here. I mean, maybe, right? We're kind of lucky that this guy, whoever he was, Senaji, is totally out of position. Boy, I don't know. I'd call that offside. If there were no VAR and we were just using our eyes, I would call that offside pretty clearly. Li Chang back here to Brefa after the throw. Brefa goes all the way back to Liu Xiaoziang, over to Lazzo, over to Lavia, to Wade, and then to Jakob Dekoeng, who finds Li Chang again. Li Chang in another good position, and he just outruns that. He had a really difficult angle on that one. But this Li Chang kid is looking pretty good, and Chung Bingbing really better watch out. I've been noticing that Chung Bingbing seems to be injured every time I turn around. It's just a really poor first touch from him. That's what the problem is. The first touch was a little bit too heavy. A lighter first touch, and he's got his second goal right there. Is Pedrinho with the free kick, and he's looking for Lazzo, and that is off the woodwork there on the side. Another highlight starts, and it's going to be Lee Jin-yong taking it up there on that left-hand side. Lee Jin-yong takes it up and forward. Kind of an unfamiliar position for him. Over to Pedrinho. Pedrinho knocks it backwards to Lavia. Lavia now over to Jakob Dekoeng, and that is deflected for yet another corner. We have been absolutely peppering the goal with shots here in the first half, and you can see from this highlight, I mean, there were a number of players who could have had a shot at this here. Dekoeng with what was an excellent shot on goal, and that one is just deflected by the Jiangsu goal defender. And they played that flat back seven, right, that we hear about so much from guys like Kev, good old Lelujo, and they still can't stop our offense. That is how awesome this team is. Here's Kashin with the ball, kicks it from range, and I don't know why he was doing that or what he was trying to do. Kind of a poor move on his part. He still needs to figure out what it is we're doing with the tactic. We should have signs up that say, don't kick it from far away. There is probably the first shot on goal of the game for Jiangsu, and Liu Xiaoziang is able to get to it. Here's Wade now. Wade moves it forward to Pedrinho. Pedrinho in a crossing position over, looking for Li Chang. Can't quite find him. It's back to Lavia. I thought for a second there was going to be a foul call because everybody stopped. That was kind of an unusual highlight, not what you usually see. And here is Pedrinho. Pedrinho goes back on this and forward again and finds Kashin, who figures out where the goal is, but that's unfortunately over the top of the goal and not going to trouble anybody. Kashin's one big weakness is that he's not very tall. And so we've broken that rule of having a bunch of big tall boys playing center back. This is one who's not quite all that tall. Pedrinho now with the free kick over again to Kashin, and he's able to get the head onto it, but just can't find it directed goalwards. And Lavia is going to have to come out. He looks like he's pretty tired. We were playing pretty well here, though, so far, and 2-0 lead is not too bad. What we're going to do here is we're going to take Lee Jin-yong, and we'll put him in here for Lavia. And Lavia will come out, and we'll put this new guy on here, Liang Xianjun. This is, of course, really, really... it makes you nervous since the assistant manager says he doesn't have the required ability or potential. But as you know how I am, I love to see a professional individual and this consistency and, of course, his ability to improve in the future. I think he'll be fine. We'll see what happens, though. I was about to say don't blame me if we give up a lot of goals, but I guess there's nobody else to blame. And we'll start the second half here. 2-0 Yanbian FC. Let's get some more goals. Here's a Brefa over to Lazzo. Lazzo to Lee Jin-yong, back to Lazzo, over to Wade. over to Brefa now. Lee Jin-young should feel a little bit more comfortable in this position. Over to Dicko Ng. Dicko Ng had a cross and didn't make it. Brefa now in a crossing position. That's going to be a free kick awarded. It's a somewhat cynical foul and not really necessary by Jiangsu. And this is going to be a ridiculous free kick. He finds Kashin there, and there's a goal. There's a goal. Kashin had a chance on goal over and over again in this match, and that one should be on unless we did something stupid here. And that's awarded. Yeah, no, it's onside. I was going to say it would be ridiculous if this were offside. And that winds up being completely onside, and it's perfectly fine. Not really much of a question of offside there, honestly. No real need for VAR. I mean, we'll take a look at it, but I mean, with the wall standing right there, you know, where do you think it's going to be offside? Anyway, so Kashin finally gets his goal, and he has a free kick here now. And that's a shot on goal that almost goes in. Jiangyan is forced to make the difficult save. 3-0 Yanbian FC in this one. And we are dominating possession, and we are attacking as always. And we have 22,000 happy people here in this crowd. Kashin now knocks it over to Liang Xianjun. Liang Xianjun with his first touch over to Kashin, over to Lee Jin-young now, back to Lazo, over to Brefa. Brefa over to Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young finds Dicko Ng. And this is always going to be a goal. Jakob Dicko Ng gets it from that angle. You know what's going to happen. Yanbian turn on the style. Yanbian win again. Yanbian get another goal. 4-0 Yanbian FC. 56 minutes in this match, and we have dominated this one so far. Dicko Ng, what a shot. And he had 3 guys he could have crossed it to, too, just in case he was in trouble. Man, not too bad. And let's see what happens next. So good games from everybody all around, except, of course, for Liang Xianjun, who the game seems not to favor. But it's okay. We want to give him some time. Li Chang back to Brave. And the thing is, if he's not going to work, he's not going to work. Lazo now to Kashin. Kashin over to Liang Xianjun. Let's see what he can do. Liang Xianjun moves it up forward himself, over to the side, looking for a cross. Back to Kashin. Kashin now over to Wade. Wade to Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young, he has a couple of guys who were breaking forward, and he didn't quite get the pass in there. Brefa now. Brefa moves past his guy. Excellent move. Finds Dicko Ng, and that one's knocked back out for a corner. Man, that was a good move by Brefa. That was an amazing move by Brefa. It's amazing that we're not dominating this match momentum as I'm looking on the side of the screen. And Adrian Sander, who's probably their best player, is able to knock the one back. It's to Kashin, then to Lazo, over to Wade. And that highlight ends. And I just want to, look at that move by Brefa. It's just incredible the amount of space he's able to create. Dicko Ng gets in a good position and unfortunately is not quite able to hammer that one away. It ends up knocking off the foot of the defender. Pedrinho now over to Lazo, and that should have been a goal. I don't know how Lazo missed that one. Dicko Ng now back to Pedrinho, who lets that one go out because he's offside. I mean, how does Lazo miss this? Right? He gets it in there and it just hits the woodwork. I don't know how. It looks like it would have been easier to score. Goal line technology is telling us maybe that was over the line, but so it is. They're not giving it. Not much we can do about it. And, let's try to get Liang Xianjun to have a better game here, huh? Pedrinho now over to Delphi, and there's a foul. Who's going to take the penalty? I mean, they're going to confirm this with VAR first, but that's pretty clearly a penalty. That's your penalty animation, and that is going to be a penalty for Yanbian FC. We are going to dominate this game, and it's going to be Delphi taking the penalty here. And he's going to score. If he doesn't score this, then there really is a problem. Delphi scores goal number 2 of the game, 2 of the season for Yunus Delphi, and he looks awesome as usual. And it's good to have a striker like this on the bench, don't you think? Wow. 5-0 Yanbian FC, and we're comfortably in control. Kim Kwan-jin, another guy who I haven't quite heard of, takes that throw in. It goes over to Ru Hun, and Liang Xianjun gets sent off in his first match, and that always happens, of course, in a rivalry match. We're gonna go ahead and leave this hole here on that side. Might as well. Let's see what happens. It's been a long time since we've had a red card, and it's kind of sad for this kid in his first game, and he might not really have what it takes, to be honest with you. Pedrinho now with his kick over to Lazo, and that one is over the bar. That was a foolish tackle, too, by Liang Xianjun. There was no need for it. There was no reason for that to happen. He was just not having a good game. And I hate to say it, but I have kind of a really short leash. I mean, the next window we have for registration is going to be up in January. And if he looks pretty bad, he's not going to be on this first team for much longer. And once you have one chance, you're not going to get another one because we have too many good players. Wade now with it from Lee Jin-young, and Wade takes that shot from range, and that's knocked back for a goal kick. I guess that hit off of one of our players. I didn't see that really clearly enough. And yeah, I mean, it really is going to be a shame here for this kid, Liang Chenjun, in his first game, but you can't get yourself sent off like that. It's ridiculous. Lazio now knocks it over to Delphi, and Delphi can't get over in front of it. Dick Owain now to Lee Jin-young, back to Wade. Wade takes it up himself over to Dick Owain. He loops it forward looking for Delphi. Nowhere even close to him. Kind of a ridiculous pass. And that's going to be the end of the match. There it is. It's all over. And that was actually a pretty impressive game, I would say. Good performances by everybody. It's Pedrinho who's going to get all of the accolades for his one assist. Everybody played well, except, of course, for the new kid who I feel really sad for. But, I mean, he wasn't even on for 45 minutes, got himself sent off. So probably not going to see too much of him later on. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you have a good day. Hope that my save remains nice and clean and corruption-free. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.